Hello friends, Pastor Neil invited me to do a devotional this week. I'm Matt Meehan, I'm the bookkeeper here at Roser Church. I asked him what I should talk about and he said, well, the Bible and Jesus. So that was very helpful. Anyway, I was led to talk about what it means to be a blessing to others and why that's important. And while working on this, I found out that it's not as easy as Neil and Mark and Dr. Bob made it look in the other video devotionals. So today's reading is from 2 Corinthians 9, verses 6 through 8. Here we have Paul writing to the church in Corinth, who is known for their enthusiastic spirit of generosity. And he's away, but he's planning a visit to come back, and he's encouraging them and actually warning them a little bit to keep up the spirit of generosity for when he gets back. So he says, "Remember this, whoever sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and whoever sows generously will also reap generously. Each of you should give what you have decided in your heart to give, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. And God is able to bless you abundantly, so that in all things, at all times, having all that you need, He will abound in every good work." Being a bookkeeper at Roser doesn't seem like a huge opportunity for good works. It's a lot of working with spreadsheets and numbers, and I've been doing that for 6 years, and that's not the part of my job that makes it fulfilling, that makes me come back here actually looking forward to work a little bit, not waking up every day dreading another 8 hours in the office. And that's the first time that's happened for me in a job. And the reason that is because I can help other people here. The community has given me the opportunity to use my talents and skills in a way that I can be a blessing to others. So that could be through going over to people's homes and fixing their computers and phones, or giving a presentation for the Joy Group about security and technology, and also doing the audio video work for Sojourn and the traditional worship, which has given people a way to view online when they're not here during COVID, along with the rest of the team that helps out there. There was part of this passage that I struggled with, which is God loves a cheerful giver, because God loves everybody, whether they're cheerful or not, and even whether they give or not. So I looked into it a little bit. In the Greek, the words are reversed so that it says a cheerful giver loves God, which I think is more fitting. It makes more sense to me. But maybe somebody who has a theology degree would like to chime in the comments section. Help me understand that a little bit. This passage also reminded me of a room in my childhood home that had a copy of JFK's 1961 inaugural address on the wall. And one of the most famous lines from that speech is, "Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country." And this line was powerful because the speech was all about creating a global compact, a global accord with the other nations to stand against communism, stand against tyranny, oppression, and the opposite of freedom. And so the country was living in a state of fear and anxiety, which is not something that I need to tell you, because most of you were alive and I was not at the time. But he changed the whole tone of the conversation from one of fear and anxiety to one of hopefulness, teamwork, and the opportunity to do something good, to do good works. So he was calling the people to, in ways that they are rich, give to those who are poor in other ways. And everybody is rich in their own ways. There's things I can do that you can't do. There's things you can do that I can't do, and we can help each other, and we can bless each other. The biggest example of this, obviously, is Jesus, whose entire life was a sacrifice so that he could be a blessing to others who couldn't do what he could, which was be the Son of God. Nowadays, the ways you can be a blessing to others could be big or small. You could be working on finding a vaccine for COVID. But just as important, you could be calling somebody who's isolated and alone, saying, hey, how's it going? How is this for you? Is it a struggle? Do you want to talk about it? It could be an act of forgiveness, somebody you've had animosity towards for a long time. It could be wearing a mask that you really don't want to wear when you go out in public for the sake of somebody else. And so in all these acts, large and small, you're blessed, and you're also blessed in return, but that's not the reason you do it. You don't do it for what you get out of it. You do it because your acts glorify God in their righteousness. So thank you for the opportunity to give a little devotional. It's the first one I've ever done, and I hope it was a blessing to you.